The aged apostle sighed as he picked up his quill and stared at the piece of parchment in front of him, and slowly his hand wrote out the words, "The elder." It was his typical way of addressing himself at this time in his life, but on this day the words caused him to pause. The elder. How much time had passed? It seemed like just yesterday he was the youngest member in a band of 12 who toured the countryside with Jesus, and the memories brought such a smile to his face. All the wonders they had witnessed, the teachings they had received, the ministry they had done, the lives they had seen forever changed by the man they called the Messiah. His life had certainly changed. He had been a simple fisherman when he first heard of Christ. He and his brother James would cast their nets on the Sea of Galilee, but they left it all behind when Jesus called them to follow him. He chuckled as he remembered the nickname that Jesus had given them, Sons of Thunder. Well, looking back, it was a good fit. After all, the two brothers had once asked their Lord to rain down thunder on an unhospitable Samaritan town. James. He still remembered the sinking feeling in his stomach when he learned his brother had been put to death at the hands of King Herod. He wondered at the senselessness of it all. The others in the band had soon followed: Peter, Andrew, Thomas, Philip, Matthew. Even the Apostle Paul was gone, put to death by the Emperor Nero. They had all left this earth and entered into their eternal reward. Only he remained, John, the last of the 12. Perhaps you can relate to this feeling of being alone, this dark sense of isolation and powerlessness, this belief that you're all on your own with no backup, no support in your time of need. Well, if you can relate to that feeling, I can tell you you're not alone. I don't mean you're not alone in knowing the feeling. I mean you're literally not alone. Actually, John would tell you the same. Just picture the aged apostle. He's now pastoring a ragtag collection of Christ's followers in Ephesus. His hair is silver, his hands are wrinkled, but his eyes are filled with hope. Yes, many of his friends are gone, but that has not stopped him from sharing the gospel. And John still loves to tell about those days when he traveled with Christ. The miracles that John relates run the gamut from a wedding oversight to a violent execution, from empty bellies to empty dreams, from abandoned hopes to buried friends. The stories fill us with wonder, but as we listen to them, we need to be careful to see them as John intended, not as entries in a history book, but as samples from God's playbook. John wrote down these miracles not to impress us, but to urge us to believe in the presence of Christ. As he stated, these stories are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. When we believe in Jesus, we have life, abundant, robust, and resilient life. We find strength beyond our strength. We accomplish tasks beyond our capacity. We see solutions beyond our wisdom. And we are never, ever alone. For as Jesus has promised, I'm with you always, to the end of the age.